Squaddy Zoo here, and it's been a while. I hope everybody's okay and doing well. So yeah, I'm making this video because for 14 seasons now, this is the 14th, I have been doing RTA all I think but one season. I couldn't be bothered. Mostly farming it, and I've never actually gone for it at the end of the season. And I thought, it's about time I scrubbed that F3 off my profile and actually go for it. Especially now I'm doing a bit of YouTube, and that's like, I should prove myself a little bit more. So this is the first time, so I just want to go for C1. Can I push for more? Maybe, maybe not sure. But I just want to do this, get the C1, and sort of establish myself in RTA of what I want to do. Now, over the years, I've pretty much just Japanese cleaved it or Asian cleaved it. But remember, I've played this game so long that I Asian cleaved it before I knew about all that. So I had Draco really, really early. I built him really early in the game. I never had a Bastet. I still haven't got a Bastet to this day. But I do have a Megan. And I, just went Bastet. Megan, Draco, and then Zaros, Lushan, Julie, Garo, them sort of combinations. This is all full of my hose and stuff like that. Now it's a little bit harder to cleave. I know you'll still see people cleave, and of course people can still cleave. In my ruins, I do struggle to cleave now. So I've been cleaving all that time, and I've made up to C2 cleave, and no problem in that, but I've never actually bothered at the end of the season to hold a rank. So that's what I want to do. So this time I didn't want to cleave. I just wanted to use my monsters, use my brain, play strategy best I can, and RTA is the best place to use strategy because procs are limited. There's any form of strategy in this game, it's going to be in RTA. I know people hate it. I know a lot of you hate it. And it is really sweaty and it is hard. But it has got the best strategy. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm going to start from where I was at 1420. I just slowly worked myself up over like a couple of 3 days because I was just farming in Night Fighter to get some wings and stuff. And then I started my first pick every time's Tyrannus. I do change my pick. I don't have like just 5 monsters I pick, or I pick every single time. You should see who you're fighting against, and then you should pick accordingly. That will make you win a lot more matches. As you saw there, I used my Malacca. I knew he was going to have to ban my Malacca no matter what, because he had no immunity. So straight away, this guy is kind of banking on a Myho solo, because what I think he wanted to do is his Garo, his Water Monkey Shiko was going to take out my Garo, because that was slow and squishy. It was killed before it had a chance. So here he's already lost. There's nothing he can do unless he's Myho solos. And I hate sweaty Myho users. This guy should have quit out now rather than trying to get a lucky win through a Myho, because it's a disgraceful way to win. It's not the way you should be winning. But I don't mind. I'll keep going. I've got a lot of my monsters, my Tyrannus and my... All 4 of them are lacking some crit, so you're hoping at some point they're going to miss a crit, and exactly what happens there. He hits the first crit, misses the second, and that's the end of that guy. And thank God for that, because no one wants to see these stupid, pathetic Myho solos. And yes, they do get me tilted. I hardly ever use Myho myself because I don't like... they're less like fire and procs. I don't like use too much violence. I don't like winning by using 3 or 4 procs. That doesn't show how good I am at the game. That's just RNG. You see, as I said, I Tyrannus first pick every single time, then I lead from there. Because he is so OP and he's so good. He nukes, he revives, he provokes, he defense buffs, he's never ending. So here, as you can see, what they've done is they've done double immunity, which sometimes a lot of people do a double immunity. So you think, I've got a Sierra, my Sierra is going to be useful. No, wrong. Because I like to take double strippers in. So I've gone straight for a double stripper. And my moves are going to... sorry, my voice is going a bit... and my moves are going to rotate. So I'm going to rotate this. So it won't take long for my monkey to, again, have his third move up. And he'll strip something, then I'll get straight into a Sierra Bomb. And as soon as they've got someone missing, you're laughing. So that's basically here what I'm going to do. I'm just waiting and waiting. I've got my revive. I have no idea why I carried on going for the Barbara, because she's got soul on her, and the Vela's the only person you really want to try and go for that, to try and maybe knock off the soul protect, but didn't. So basically they've just got to kill her all over again. So the time they're spending killing this Barbara, I'm like, okay, carry on killing this Barbara, I'm just going to pick you off. And again, here we go. This is that little window of opportunity. In comes a strip. My Sarah's going to go. She's got a bomb ready. They haven't got anything ready. There we go. And that's over. So this is the importance of what you'll see as you go on, as you climb higher. You'll see, as you get higher, this isn't high enough, nowhere near high enough, but as you get higher, you'll see no squishy monsters. Because squishy monsters are no good in RTA. So you've got to have, like my Barbara's got like 25,000 hit points, at least. My Shiho's got like 22, 23. It's got to be able to take a couple of hits. If they can't take a couple of hits and you lose them, you're losing most of the time, because as soon as you go on 4-on-3, 4-on-2, it's game over. Excuse me. So yeah, as you see there, I just used my strip and it was game over. So we're going to carry on through, straight on to the next one. I went on quite a roll. I done quite well. I just worked my way straight up to C1, no problems. This guy was a bit too low. Didn't have a clue what he was doing. It's a typical Ganny Hathel user. He hasn't got the ruins to Ganny Hathel. Apologies to whoever he is, but it's just the ruin quality isn't there. I don't know what he thought he was going to do. It was you know, if this team here for him can work quite nicely against my team if, you know, it had the ruins, which hasn't got, but leaving the Diana in would have always been a real issue to try and get that Diana off. That Diana's just going to pick him apart. So I'm going to go for what's going to be obviously the squishiest monster, more than likely, which is Shihu, and his Shihu is really quite squishy. So that, you know, that ventilate, he can only reset her so many times, and I've got multiple hits, so that Triana really means nothing against that Shihu, because I've got 6 hits. So it's just going to literally be a matter of time. That's already procced it again, because that Shihu's way too squishy. Down this low, you're seeing too many squishy monsters, and I'll rip them apart for that. And this is exactly what I do. And every time he's giving me attack bar 2. Again, it's just a matter of time. And again, I'm just going to go in there. I'm switching targets. There's so many buffs on that Shihu that I thought, you know, this might say I told you I'm never scared to switch a target. That does not worry me. I'll switch on and I'll just take him out. Now there's no seal magic. There's no ventilate. What's this guy going to do? The sustain is now completely. Well, the sustain's there to a degree, but there's no power output. What's Vigor and a Water Monkey going to do against these three? He's got absolutely no chance. This guy did not pick well at all. Should have gone in a fire last pick to make me ban that. But, you know, again, something just wasting time here. He's lost, and yeah, that was never one for him to win. So as we move forward, I'm feeling pretty good about myself now. I know I'm getting closer and closer to that C1. When guys go straight into Sierra, I tend to go Vela. I can go Draco too. My Draco's still ruined really fast. But here, the ban was the Garo, and he didn't ban the Garo. He bans the Garo, he wins. It's really bad picking, but I guess he thought the Shihu would be able to take out my Garo. But where my speed come into play there, and yet another really squishy Shihu, he's now lost. The only way he can win now is if he focuses that F-nut onto my Garo, and he kills my Garo. Because if he doesn't do that, what's going to kill my Garo? He's paying no attention to my Garo at all. He's trying to kill everything off. And the second I get that Ethna squishy, as you like, the second I get a go on that Ethna with my Garo, that's the end of the Ethna. And then it's pretty much game over. So in that now, what's he going to do? I don't care about that Odin. That Odin can just keep stacking all day long. He's a single target. He's not going to kill my Garo. So again, it's just pure strategy here. He's killing everything in my Garo. How is he going to kill my Garo? Procs into my passive, I get a go. Procs. Can't kill. What do you do? Outpicked. I guess unless you got a lucky proc, but that was just pure outdrafted. Well, maybe not even outdrafted, just silly choices of drafting for him. He did not ban the right monster, therefore he lost. Again, I'm straight in. I see a water, I'll go with the wind, and they normally counteract with 2 fire, then I counter with 2 water, then they're putting 2 wind. So, you know, it's just counter. This was just countering. He looked at my monsters and countered. I looked at his monsters and countered. So we both really kind of know what we were doing. And this match was quite interesting. They're focusing on the right monster. They're going straight for my Sierra, as they should, because they've got no immunity. I'm going straight for the third because I don't want them to cycle run crazy. Of course, I get countered straight away. Probably triple revenge. So my only thought process here is I don't care about Vanessa. Vanessa's a 2-tank. I don't want to waste my time with Vanessa. They should probably just finish my Sierra off, but Soul Protect probably not. A good stun there because he would have countered otherwise. Now I'm going to take out the Efna. Really squishy Efna. Would have done better if he just had... See, again, as I said before, don't bring squishy monsters into RTA. You're losing. Right. So he, another easy win. I was feeling really good about myself at this point. That was that guy, wasn't it? And at this point, I was in that 1492. Now, this is where it all starts going a bit funky. So this was... so right now, as I'm recording, there's 8 hours left. It's almost midnight here, and there's 8 hours left of RTA. At this point where I was at 1492, it was yesterday morning for me. So there was 47 hours left. I thought 1492 would be enough, but it's been a really competitive end of season. And I got to yesterday evening, 12 hours later, and I noticed that 1492 has dropped to about 9.6, 9.7. I was like, well, there's still 36 hours left. That is never going to hold. And I was gutted. I thought, oh, no, I've worked my way up thinking 1492 is going to hold, and it hasn't. So I've got to go again. And my fear was I was going to lose. And that is exactly what happened. I was at 1492. I thought I was safe. I wasn't. So I had to go again. And then I thought I drafted well. I didn't really think he was going to do too bad. I had to ban Diana because Diana had the ability to take out my whole team. I felt quite strong at this point, but the Perna just went... Perna's done Perna things, procced, and just didn't stop hitting crits. And it was a really hard hitting one. I'm not taking the ruins away from this guy. His Perna really did hit quite hard. So, yeah, like the 30,000, and I tell you, my Fran has not got... I know she's a 3-star unit, but my Fran has not got bad ruins on her. Her defense is well over 1,000. So, yeah, and look how tanky that is. I'm talking about tanky units. Look at that. How tanky that unit was. That Tessa took the bomb with ease and still got loads left. They've killed me again. I'm again going for this Tessa. It just doesn't want to die. And the amount of time I've taken trying to take this Tessa out. I've got just getting splattered by this one-shot and Perna. It's just... And I stun it, and I think it just procs straight out of the stun and then takes out the Tyrannus. I mean, he was just... Look how long it took me to kill his Tessa. I mean, that took me all my monsters being half dead for him to kill it. At this point, I don't know why I was carrying on. I had lost. And actually, the Perna hasn't gone as crazy as I thought. Look at that. A water and landed all 3 onto my Tyrannus. I mean, that match was always a loss. I mean, that was just ridiculous. So, yeah, that just went all the wrong way for me. I was just like, nothing could have possibly, anything could have gone wrong, would have gone wrong. So here, the next one, I'm now back out of C1 and feeling pretty bad about myself. I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm just gonna tilt now. I'm gonna completely tilt. I'm gonna be gone. And this guy bloody cleaved me. I did not look well enough into this cleave. I was not paying... See, that's the problem when you get tilted. I should probably just stopped for 5 minutes. I should have stopped for 5 minutes, and then I should have just reassessed and gone back in. I lost, and I went straight back into the next battle without thinking about it. I have teams that can quite easily survive this team that this guy chose. But instead, I just picked bad because... I was sort of tilted from that first loss. Not tilted in angry, I hadn't got that fight out of my head. So I was still thinking about that fight going into the next fight. And that's where the mistake happened. So at this point, I'm down to 1466. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I've double lost. I've completely tilted. I'm just going to keep losing now. And I went straight into another fight, which I probably shouldn't have done again. But this time, luckily, I did compose myself a little bit better. But that cleave, I could have easily won, and I just did not have my head in the right space after that loss. If that happened, just take a break, in my opinion. No, I loved this choice because I loved this team because I knew from the get-go, without a water in and with no real damage in, that the second this was drafted, I knew I'd won this with my Fire Monkey. That's what I'm saying about having the right units ruined up if you've got them. I'm lucky enough to have a Fire Monkey, which a lot of people would used to rip. But no, this monster is amazing. So again, I'm going to straight away just go for the turn cyclone. There's nothing they can do to my monkey. Nothing. He can reduce his attack bar, of course, a little bit. That's fine. But they're going to have to keep hitting him. And he's going to get 10 stacks from that. He's on 9 stacks now. He was just that. He's going to hit. Look, he's going to hit so hard there. It's done. They've given up. They knew it straight away. They could not kill that monkey. He had 10 stacked. They've put everything else to sleep. Bad choice. This guy should have known better. He's got lots of wings, lots of thingies. He should have known better. So luckily after that win, I moved back up to 1491 and 81, and I'm getting closer to getting back. But I know I need about 1,500 points. And again, I went straight in, and I think I got cleaved again. I just wasn't thinking. I don't know why I was doing this. I took a Maiho. I should never have taken the Maiho. I think I lost this one. But it was, again, I've got an anti-cleave team ready. I do not know why I didn't use my anti-cleave team. So again, he's getting his turn. He's going to kill off the Sierra straight away and take me. Here he gets, luckily, I think if he'd missed the second hit on my Garo, I might have won this still, to be honest. But about this stage, I wasn't going to try my host solo or anything. So again, I took another defeat. 2 cleaves is how I lost my 2 fights there. 2 cleaves. Should have known better. Should have been better prepared. So this took me back down to 1471. I was like, I'm never going to make it back up to 15. Just never. So again, I went straight. I kept to what I know. I kept to my basics. I knew here if I could get rid of the Daphnis, I win. I wasn't overly worried about a Daphnis again because I've got a Garo, and he kept the Garo in. And again, there's not really much chance for him to kill this Garo. The second that Daphnis goes, he's not killing my Garo. So that's exactly where I go straight away. I just don't care what he's doing, where he is. I'm going straight for the Daphnis no matter what. I'm not interested in anything else but the Daphnis. So I'm lucky enough that I stripped him. And so he's lost his attack buff. So if I get that bomb, then he's done for. He's going to have to hit hard. At this point, he was just trying to really hang on. That was pretty pivotal that he did not strip my Sierra, so my Sierra come back to life. So that was good for me that strip didn't happen. So at this point, I'm now focusing. I'm feeling pretty confident knowing that I'm just about to take down a Verd, which means his turn cyclone's now done with. And by the time he's taken that out, the damage is done. Lovely win. I enjoyed that win. So that put me up to 1482. 1484, sorry. And this was yesterday evening. So I'd come in, I'd lost 2. I'd won 1, I'd lost 1, and I won again. And I knew this win here would put me in near 1500. I was like, if I can just get this one last win, and this should be enough to give me my C1. At this point, I'm like, it's stressful. I mean, I'm really relaxed, dude. I'm relaxed as hell. And I was like, I need this win. But the way it picked, again, they left my Garo in. And this was another team that couldn't really deal with my Garo. And this team showed how important speed tuning is. There was a gap between his Gemini and the rest of his team, which totally left me straight in to take out his turn cyclone again. The second I turned his turn, so he just give up straight away. And that was it. That then put me up to 1499. And I sat at 1499 from 7 o'clock last night. So that's when there's roughly 36 hours left of RTA, or up to about an hour and a half ago. It says 14 hours ago, but that doesn't mean nothing. It wasn't 14 hours ago, just an hour and a half ago. I don't know why it does that. About an hour and a half ago, and I thought $14.99, I'm definitely 100% safe. I thought yesterday evening, I was like, done the off fist pump, I'm safe, I'm done, wonderful, game over. And I've been keeping an eye on it all day. I've been at training for work all day, and that every couple 3 hours I've gone in and sort of checked, and I've just slowly seen my rank just diminish, and by 10 o'clock tonight, which was 10 hours left, I'm at 9.7%. I'm at 9.7% with 10 hours left, and people are still going to rush. So I damn well knew that I'm pretty much going to lose 0.3% in this next 10 hours, so I'm not going to hold it. So at $14.99, and I'm not going to hold C1. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. So the wife went to bed and the kids were up in bed, and I thought, right, I'm just going to have to do one more fight. And this was my last fight that I'd done like an hour and a half ago. I was like, I've got to win. I'm going to end up tilting and having to try and struggle. Just one more fight, I thought. So I went with my good old safety blanket. Gary's done me so good through this. I thought, this bugger's going to try and cleave me. And he had a slow cleave, not a fast cleave, which are quite common. Now, I thought, if I can take out this Raki first, which I did, then what is he going to do to kill my Garo? There's nothing there to kill my Garo, surely. And at this point, I was quite confident. I knew that Lydia was going to hit me really hard. But I thought, well, she can't kill anything. Cause if she kills the Tyrannus is going to come back. I was lucky enough to stay alive there, so I got my turn off. I'm going full focus on this Helena, because obviously she's probably more likely to proc. I've got my guy back alive. That Helena is now dead. I felt really confident at this point, knowing that the Garo can then not really be soloed. Took it out, so it's 1-on-1. A lovely stun there. Into another stunt. I won. Magnificent. Lovely fight. And that was me done to put me where we are now, which, as you can see, I'm at 15.09 and 7.5%. So I am safe as houses in C1. So that was my road to my first ever try at C1, and luckily my first ever successful try at C1. Do I feel like I could push for C2? Maybe. I was winning a lot more than I was losing in that end bit. I was quite... and if it wasn't for me not paying attention on them cleaves, I think I'd have done it a lot easier. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to like this, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy RTA. I really enjoyed it. I haven't got a single LD Nat 5. I still miss a lot of the meta, but I'm lucky enough that I've got some of the meta too. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really made this video just to say hi, more for myself. So I can look back on it, because I really enjoyed that. And I hope you guys did too. Next season, I'm going to probably push it even further. See if I improve my runes a little bit and just push myself even to the next level. But yeah, that's me done. It's almost midnight here, or it is midnight here. Yeah, it's 10 to midnight. I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Wardy out.